let's create this simple yet interesting turtle race game by using some simple concepts like list, which is one of the data structure in Python, if-else conditional statements, and a while loop. Let's go. I'm going to start by importing library. One is to that will help us to draw, then random to create randomness in the game, which will make sure that the turtles are moving with the random speed. And import time will help us to assign some of the gap or some time in doing the animation. Now, let's talk about the screen setup. To talk about the screen setup, we will have to create simply a variable if we want. You can do it in another way also. Screen. And then we'll be using this variable to access all the functions related to screen. So let's set the width somewhere around 500 and next parameter is going to be height. That will help us to set the height of the screen. Now, once done, let's set the background color. And I'm going to give it somewhere light yellow. Once done, you can choose any color of your choice. You can also have RGB color code over here. Now, time.sleep. I don't want the game to start right away as soon as we hit the run button. We want to have a little bit of gap, then we start the game. Once done, let's set the title of this game. So I'm going to add a comment. Title of the game. That will help us to just give title to the screen. Now again, I'm creating one more variable that is going to help us use one more turtle. Once done, we are going to use an up because we want to lift it upwards. We want to lift it up and then make it go upwards. So let's use go to. Once done, I'm going to set it at the center, of course, in X and X direction. However, I'm going to make it move in the upward direction. So 180 is going to be. Then let's make it some down also. You can also use pen.up, pen.down, and also you can use pen down, pen up. It works in both ways. Now, once that is done, let's do one thing over here. I'm going to change the color, then dot color somewhere dark blue. Now this will help me to add the pen color. Now once that is done, and now we are going to use a write function. Now when you use write function, it helps the turtle to write the text on the screen. So we are simply going to use welcome to the turtle race game. And as I want it to align at the center, it's important to use this parameter, which is going to be center, followed by let's add some font to it. So I'm going to add first, so font basically takes your three parameters over here. One is going to be your font family, then font size, followed by the font weight. So I'm going to add bold. You can add italics also. Once done, we don't want any extra turtle on the screen, so let's use hide turtle. So here we are done with the title. Now let's move ahead and talk about finish. Now here, let's say finish line. Let's draw this finish line. Now to draw another line, I'm going to again create the turtle. See, anything that you want to draw on the screen, even though it is a different part on the screen, we'll have to create different turtles for them because each one of them will serve a different purpose. So let's use pen up to lift the pen up, and I want the finish line to be on the right hand side of the screen. So let's use go to, and this time let's change it somewhere around 200 to 200. 200 to the right side and the 200 in the upward direction so that it can draw a straight line vertically though. Now finish dot pen down. Once done, we are going to set the width of the line. That's gonna help us to set the width of the pen also. So if you want a thicker line, you can increase the parameter value from 3 to 5. You can get a thicker width. Now once done, let's turn the turtle head towards the right side. And let's make it facing in the 90 direction right. That means it should face in the downward direction. Usually the turtle is on towards the right side of the screen. So here we need to change its face. Now once done, let's give it a color. Finish third color. Let's add purple to it. Once done, we are also going to make sure to draw the line now. So forward it is. Now 400. So let's see how it goes. Okay, so far it is good. So let's see how it goes. Okay, so far it is good. Now we are going to use this portion now. So let's see how it works. Okay, it works perfectly fine. The screen is not staying on the as an output. The output screen is not staying for long because I haven't used the turtle.done yet, but we can do that later on, no problem. Now it's time to add. Now if I want to add somewhere around 6 or 5 turtles, I'm not going to use 5 different variables for serving the purpose to create 5 different turtles. Instead of creating a variable for each turtle, how about we use one of the data structure that can help us to achieve that goal, which is the list. Now, list is basically a data structure that helps you to store multiple data under the same name, and that data can be of different data types. You can check out my data structure playlist, which will help you to understand more about this list concept. So let's create the players. Now once this will be done, we are going to create only one turtle. However, that turtle will be able to change among these colors now. So let's add red. I'm going to say green. Let's say pink. Followed by black. And then blue. With the help of list, it becomes easy to traverse through the list and access each and every element. So here, this is our whole list named as colors. How exactly we are able to identify it as a list? With the help of these square brackets, and then we have the elements inside it. So we have 5 elements in total. Now, I'm going to create one more list, which is going to help me store the detail of each and every color that player or the turtle is going to achieve. And then I'm going to create one more variable as set y, which is initially going to be at the bottom. So the first turtle will start coming from the bottom. Okay, now it's time to add the loop, which will help us to traverse through each and every color and then assign it to the one turtle again and again. Okay, so it's basically like instead of creating 5 different turtles, we are using the same turtle, just like we are making its replica on the screen with the same code, and that will be achieved using the loop. For loop, now I'm going to say for color in colors. This is something that we can do in a list. You don't usually in for loop, what happens, we have to give the starting value. By default we have to give the starting value and the end value, right? Here in the list, you don't have to do that. By default, the loop will be able to repeat the code based on the length of the list. Basically, how many elements are there, it's going to repeat it for that number of times. So here we have 5 elements, so the loop is going to repeat for 5 times. But automatically, it just detects that. Now, once the loop runs, we are going to make sure that every single time a color is picked, it will be assigned to this turtle variable, which is named as player, right? And then let's give it a shape with the help of shape function. Once done, we are going to give it a color. Now here comes an interesting part. Color is the one which will be given with the help of this color variable. So you just need to pay attention. This is the color function and this is your color variable. If you want, we can change it to capital C. It won't make much difference. Only the variable name is changing, just to avoid the confusion. right? So suppose the loop ran for the first time and it picked the red color first. So what will happen? Color variable will be assigned to red, and once the loop runs for the first time, the color will be, the first color of the turtle will be red because the variable has been assigned to this color function. Now once that will be done, we don't want the player to draw anything. So for that, let's use the pen app and then go to. Once that is done, as we know that we do have the initial y coordinate, we just need to use that coordinate with the x coordinate, right? Because we want them to start from the left hand side, so that's why I need to take all the turtles towards the left of the origin. Now once that is done, here comes an interesting part. Now you must be wondering, after getting each and every color, how it is going to remember or how it is going to add these all details about the turtles. For that, we have a special function or special operation in the concept of list, which is known as append. This append basically helps you to keep adding the elements into the list. Once that is done, what exactly do we want to add here? We want to add the player as well as the color. So we have two values over here. Player is basically the detail about the player, and what exactly is the color that has been assigned to it. So let's use this variable color. Once that will be done, we are also going to make sure every single time the player is getting set on the screen, its y coordinate is also being changed. So here we go, 50. Now this is done. We are ready to place the turtles on the screen. Okay, this will help me to place the turtles on the screen and mentioned. Now let's see how it goes. I'm going to make sure. So this is how all the turtles are coming perfectly fine. We are almost there. And if you have been watching this video till now, do make sure to subscribe the channel. It helps me to do more. Okay, now once that is done, it's time to start the game loop. Here we go. In the game loop, we are going to set two Boolean variables. Basically one Boolean variable, which is going to be game over. Initially, the game is over, so it will be set to false. Now, Boolean data type actually is it's that kind of a data type which only gives value as true or false, either 0 or 1. So game over variable can only have two possible values, false or true. So as the game is not over yet, that means it is false. If it is over, it will be true. Now here I'm going to use that, and I'm also going to use winner as null. Winner is basically the variable that will display the name of the turtle with the color. Okay, like if the pink turtle wins, we will say the pink turtle wins, like that. Okay, now I'm going to use a while loop, not game over. So this while loop will keep on running. As we know, while loop basically depends on a condition, right? It can help you to make an infinite loop because it does not know, or it does not have any sort of increment value happening over here. So you need to tell your while loop that when to stop. Here we are basically saying till the game is not over, you need to keep on repeating the code, right? So I'm going to simply use this player followed by color in players. Now players is my list that got updated with the detail of the player as well as the color of the player, right? And now it has its own list. Now once it has its own list, it's going to give them the random speed. So let's create one variable as distance, and then I'm going to simply use random. You can also use speed, that's also okay. I'm going to assign a random value between 20 to 50 so that in every time, each and every turtle is having a different speed. That's the fun of race, right? Each and every turtle will have the same speed. Everyone will win. We don't want that. So distance. Now once that is done, we are going to make sure that we are also adding the colors. For player, color in players, I'm going to make sure that if the x score. So basically this x score, let me tell you about this. This x score function determines the exact x coordinate of any turtle on the screen. So I am running this loop to make sure that if the x coordinate of the player any player that we have from the players list is greater than 200. That is, if it surpasses the x coordinate above 200, then we will set this boolean variable game over to true, which means one of the turtle has won the game. And then I'm also going to make sure that the value of color variable is also assigned to winner. Now, if the pink has won the race, the color pink will be stored inside the winner variable, and then we will use the break. As mentioned, we don't know when this loop needs to stop, right? As soon as this condition becomes true, this for loop will stop, right? Now, once that is done, we are all set to display the winner. Now, let's add one more comment over here. Now, winner. So, for winner, we will simply say that if winner, this winner variable already stores the color of the turtle, winning turtle. Now, let's create one more variable, or I can right away do it like this also. Turtle.turtle, and then we can simply use turtle.hide turtle. Once done, we will also set turtle.color followed by winner. I'll tell you again, this winner variable is now have been updated with the value of the turtle's color that has won the game, right? This is basically having the winning turtle color. And then I will also make sure to set it at the center. So let's see, the go to followed by 0, 0, and then let's write saying turtle.right. Now, here comes an interesting part. We will be using the format string, which helps us to combine the string value with a variable, right? And it is quite more professional, so it's better to learn it. So we have basically, we will by default start writing the text or the string, right? And with this, we will add these curly braces, which is basically known as your placeholder. This is the place where we will actually show the value that has been stored inside the variable, right? And now I'm simply gonna say the pink turtle. So it will be like pink turtle wins or the blue turtle wins, something like that. Now, this format function is the one responsible for filling the value in this placeholder. So what exactly do we want to fill here? We want to fill this placeholder with the value of winner variable. And as usual, we'll be using the aligned followed by center and then font data. Let's say, make sure to keep an eye on the brackets, penalties, bold. And once this is done, we will also use turtle.done, and voila, which should be okay. Let's see. I'm going to add this on the screen. Here we have it. Now you will see with the help of randomness, we are able to see the red turtle wins. You can restart the game and check it out. So this basically helps you to understand how exactly we can use the list data structure to create multiple turtles just by using one line of code, right? This is how we can create this amazing project. I hope you try it and let me know how it went. If you like this video, do make sure to like, share and subscribe to Code Niche. See you in the next video.